UFC 320. UFC 320 is in the building tonight. T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a humongous pay-per-view event for the UFC. I mean, it's a busy day for me today, but had to get a video in on this card because Alex Pereira is pretty much my favorite UFC fighter at this point, and active UFC fighter. And we have a big card featuring Magomed Ankalaev and Pereira, part 2 for the strap, light heavyweight strap, tonight in Vegas. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave a comment. Let me know y'all thoughts. Main event, Ankalaev Pereira. It's been, when did they fight? It's been 6 months, 7 months since they fought. Ankalaev got the decision, won the fight, and here we are to do it again. I don't know what to think about this fight specifically. It's pretty much the same as the last one. But I thought Pereira was very, very tentative in that first fight. He cannot afford to be tentative. He cannot afford to allow Ankalaev to push him against the cage and hold him there, basically. Ankalaev did nothing special in that first fight. It was a rather unexciting fight, if we want to be real about it. It wasn't a great fight to watch. It wasn't an exciting fight to watch. A lot of holding, a lot of hugging, a lot of everything except for actual, fighting. And that's on both parties. Ankalaev could not get a takedown, but he basically held Pereira against the cage for a large portion of the fight. You know, Pereira probably won rounds 1 and 3, and Ankalaev won rounds 2, 4, and 5. And if Pereira allows Ankalaev to push him against the cage and hold him there, we're going to have the same result. I think it's critical. I think it's very critical for Pereira to come forward, be aggressive, and end this fight inside of the first 2 rounds. He has to finish this fight in the first 2 rounds. If this fight goes to a decision, I think Ankalaev comes away with another decision. So Pereira has to finish this thing via knockout and put his hands in action. He cannot be just plodding along. He's got to move and move and move and move. And I think that's basically it. Ankalaev is going to do the exact same thing. He's not going to stand and throw hands with Pereira. He ain't going to do it. I would dare him to just stand and throw hands and not attempt takedowns. I would dare him. He'll never do it. So we'll see what happens. But I like Pereira to win this fight via knockout round 2. Yeah, that's my thought process. But let's take a look at this card overall. You got Merab Dvalishvili against Corey Sandhagen. I think this is a wipeout. I think Merab dog walks Corey Sandhagen for 5 rounds. I don't think he finishes him. I think he wins this thing 50-45 on 3 cards. I think this will be an absolutely dominant performance. By the way, Ankalaev is a pretty sizable favorite in his fight against Pereira. Pereira is a plus 230. Ankalaev is minus 285. That's a pretty big number. Merab is a minus 380. Corey Sandhagen is plus 300. I like Merab to dominate, to beat Sandhagen in every facet, take him down, never let up, and dominate the fight. Moving down, you got Yuri Prochazka and Khalil Roundtree. This is a big fight, naturally, because I think the winner of this fight gets the title shot. And Yuri obviously probably wants Ankalaev to win over Pereira, because if he wins and Pereira wins, that might, well, one, it'll set up a third fight with Ankalaev and Pereira, so they'll have to wait. But beyond that, if Pereira was to hold the belt, does Yuri get a third crack at that belt? That's the big question. So I do think this fight, though, sets up a title contender Yuri's a slight favorite over Roundtree. We all know how hard Roundtree hits. I don't know, man. I think Roundtree knocks Pereira. Prochka out. I think he finishes him via knockout. Roundtree hits hard as hell. So that's my thought on that fight. Josh Emmett, Yusuf Salal. Zalal's a huge favorite. Emmett's getting old in the tooth. That ranking at this point is just a placeholder ranking. He's not the guy he was. He still hits hard. He still has big hands. But Josh Emmett's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. He lost his last fight to Lerone Murphy via decision. He's 1-3 in his last 4. I expect it to be 1-4. I expect Zalal to get the job done rather convincingly. Start off of the main card, Joe Pfeiffer, Abus Magomedov. It's gonna be a fun fight. Magomedov's ranked 14th. Pfeiffer's not ranked. I like Pfeiffer. He's actually a minus 245 in this fight. And Magomedov is a plus 200. But I do like Pfeiffer to jump this thing off. Looking at the prelims, Atiba Gauthier. By the way, this card has 14 fights. This is the most fights I've seen in a card for the UFC in quite some time. Atiba Gauthier, Tristan Vines, Daniel Santos, Jusang Yu, Patchy Mix is back in the cage against Jakob Wicklocks. Patchy Mix back in the cage after getting beaten up in his first fight. I expect him to do better. I think the bright lights probably got to him a little bit. He gets to a lot of these guys who come over from other organizations. Even though they're great in their organization, they come over and they don't have that immediate success. I mean, just look what happened to Aaron Pico. His head got knocked off. Look at what happened to Pitbull. He got beaten the first fight too. Like that first fight for these guys from other organizations typically has this tendency to happen. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. I mean, every time I pick Shabazian, he loses. So I'm going to pick Muniz just because. Every time. I mean, Shabazian is one of these guys who had all this talent, all this ability. And when you look at what he's done in his career, remember he was fighting with Ronda Rousey's camp. And if you look at his career, he's won his last 2. But if you go back to when he took his first loss to Derek Brunson in 2020, he lost 4 of 5, 5 of 7. So he's 4-5 in his last 9. Give me Muniz. I mean, I'm just being real. Give me Muniz. I every time I pick this guy, he loses. So I'm not going to pick him. And I'm sure because I don't pick him, he'll probably win. Pudeli Soriano, Nikolai Varentikov. Give me Soriano. Macy Chasson. Yana Santos. Give me Macy Chasson. Chris Gutierrez, Farid Bashrat. Give me, obviously, I mean, Bashrat's a huge favorite. Give me Bashrat to continue his undefeated streak. Ramiz Brahimaj against Austin Vanderford. Give me Paige Van Zant's husband. Since his first UFC fight. There will be a lot of eyes on this fight because of him being married to Paige Van Zant. But he's a good wrestler. I expect him to win this fight. Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Be real, I have no idea who these people are. Hardy's a humongous favorite. I guess I'll take Hardy. So that's it for this card. I mean, obviously the main event, the main card is huge. They got big fights. I mean, this is how you pile up main card fights. I like these main card fights. They all have meaning. For Zalal against Emmett, it's a chance to get in the top 7. Obviously, for Prochazka and Roundtree, a title shot at stake. The first 2 fights are obviously title fights. And even Pfeiffer to get in the top 15. These are all good fights. I love them all. I think it's a great main card. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Who do you got winning this fight in these fights? Love to hear what you have to say. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell. This is Combat Corner. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet. I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in. And I ain't close to being done yet. I'm going all in. Yeah. line from the jump. Ain't no love lost, we just really doing us. Go and take your seat, looking silly getting up. Y'all know what it is, let me tell them what it was. It was 24/7 on the